Welcome to my channel. If you're new, I hope that you'll subscribe. And if you're returning, thank you so much. I appreciate all of your support. Today's video is a concrete fire bowl and some concrete planters. Let's get started. So the supplies are pretty simple. We need a large bowl and a small bowl to go inside. We need some cooking oil, and it doesn't matter what kind of oil you use. Even Vaseline will work, just to lubricate the insides of the bowls so that the concrete will come out very easily. And I took a peanut container and just cut it in half so that I could use that as basically as a form, and another small cup to place inside. And then just a bucket to mix your concrete. Oh, and of course, the concrete itself. I just picked up this concrete from Home Depot, and it's a quickcrete. It usually takes about 24 hours to dry. And even after we pull the forms off, you'll probably let it dry a little bit longer. The one thing I did forget to mention is I picked up sternos that are going to go in the center of the fire pit for our actual fire feature. So basically, I'm going to be taking some cups of dry cement, putting it in the bucket. It is very hard to try to figure out exactly how much you need. I just kind of eyeballed it for now, and as you see, after a little bit, you're going to see I went back and I actually mixed a little bit more so that it would go up to at least 3/4 of the way of the red bowl. So I'm just going to continue mixing. So you'll see I had to go back and I added a little bit more concrete because I realized it wasn't going to be enough to fill my red bowl. And you want to make it sort of not too watery, but enough that will take the form. Now I'm going to be putting a little bit of the oil on the inside of the red bowl before we pour the concrete in there. That's just going to allow us to be able to release the concrete from the bowl a lot easier. I actually went back and added a little bit more water. It was a little bit dry. And now we're going to take the clear bowl and put some oil on the outside of that so that when we go to release that's actually going to be able to release a lot easier. And you just begin by pressing down in the center, and I'm going to put some weight in it. I'm going to use the rocks I'm going to be placing the rocks that we will use at the end to support the sterno in the center of the hole. And basically I'm just using enough rocks so that I can see how deep the center will be. So I'm putting quite a few in there, and I'm kind of getting it so that it's even. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just tapping the side just to get some of the bubbles out, to make the air come to the top, and that makes the bubbles come to the top. I'm going to mix a little bit more for the small little planter that I'm also making. Starting out with some dry concrete and pouring a little bit more water in it. We don't need that much for this one. It's just going to get poured right into the inside of that peanut container that I cut in half. And again, oiling the inside of the peanut container so it will release easy. We are also going to be oiling the outside of the clear cup that we're going to put on the inside. Okay, so I'm going to pour it about 3/4 of the way up. That should be more than enough. Once you place our cup in, it will push up obviously to the side. Same process, putting some rocks on the inside for some weight. Now we're going to place both of them on a flat surface to dry overnight. Guys, this is the most exciting part. Seeing how this all comes together now and how it pops out. That design on the inside is so cool. So you're just going to kind of bend on the outside. That's what's important, to have something that will become flexible, especially for concrete. And there you go. Pulled out the whole bowl. Now you see there's some dark areas, so you are going to want to let it cure for at least another day or two. And we're going to start by placing some rocks on the bottom to give the sterno a little bit of height. Making sure that the sterno is level, I'm going to begin placing rocks around the circumference of the sterno, give it something a little nicer to look at. So I'm just going to put that aside for just a few minutes while we take out the peanut container and the mold off of that. So the best way for this, especially if it's something paper like this, you can either take out the side, like cut down the side with a razor, or like what I'm doing first is I actually just broke the cup and took it out of the center. And then I go back and I cut the sides down with a razor, and then you can peel off the entire side. I'm just cleaning up the very top of it. You can use sandpaper if you'd like to. You can also paint these. I like the gray concrete color, so I'm gonna leave them just the way they are. And so I put a little bit of reindeer moss on the inside and put that is a faux succulent. I made a few more of the succulent planters, but this is them at night. They turned out great and I love them, and I hope that you do too. This is a simple, easy project that anybody can do.